Living as a foreigner in China is a lot of fun. It's an adventure. Hello everyone, my name is Ems. Just almost a year ago I came to China. There are a lot to explain for me, but so far I've seen a lot of cultural differences between Westerners and here, lifestyle differences, fun facts, fun obstacles. Life is a lot social here and people are warm. Usually as a foreigner it will be easier than you may think. Besides, there are obstacles or challenges, obviously. Why I decided to live in China, which I will explain furthermore during the video. Briefly, if I'm gonna explain, there's a lot of networking, social life, and there's a lot of excitement over here. Ningbo city is in Zhejiang province. Zhejiang province is in the southeast China. We are basically close by the ocean and across Korea and Japan. For me, living in Ningbo, it's basically easier than what I've thought. So I feel lucky to, somehow came to Ningbo city without knowing what the hell was going on here. I had no idea, and so I ended up here almost a year ago during 2018 of June. And so far I've seen a lot. Not only that, I realized in Ningbo there's a lot of musical opportunities. And for me, as a musical enthusiast that I call myself, there are a lot of places that I can still play around, and in the meantime I can teach guitar, and that's what I do, by the way. And besides that, I also teach language. I meet new people, I socialize. There's always some new faces, either foreigners or local people, and there's a lot of enthusiasm. People are mainly, active, and the city is alive. That's what I love about Ningbo usually. It offers a lot, more than meets the eye. And if you want to find out a place where it's not as crazy as Shanghai, I would definitely advise you come check it out, Ningbo. You will find a lot of opportunities, I believe. There's a high demand for English teaching. So because of that, many schools that they need foreigner teachers to teach teach local kids English, they will probably be not going to make it hard for you to start working or tutoring, even though it's for a part-time. So for that, you may not need a working visa in the very beginning, but later on you will need a working visa, and you need to find out how to do it. One of the easiest ways that I figured out would be opening up your business, though you need some budget for doing that. Or you graduated from a university with a bachelor's degree, then you may be very well fine, because the school that you apply or the work that you apply will obtain your working visa for you in a short span of time. Apparently in the last couple of years, China brought some strict rules and policies against foreigners. And as a foreigner, if you are going to work abroad in China with a work permit and residency permit that you want to, obtain, then China will, have their own policies against you, as you may need your bachelor's degree if you're working for a company or a, school as a teacher. Or if you want to open up your business, you will you need some budgets to buy your business license and apply for working visa with all the papers and documents necessary. If you do not have a work permit, then you will have to get out of the country every 2 or 3 months. Depends on the country you're coming from. When I came here the first time, I had to get out of the country every 2 months. Well, that being said, I find traveling abroad a lot fun. So I had to turn my obstacles into sort of an opportunity or fun fact to enjoy, so then I can, enjoy the process. What could I do? Therefore, I had a chance to see other parts of Asian coast, other than mainland China. I've been through Macau, which I like the very most, Hong Kong, Korea so far, and I have Cambodia and Vietnam in the lists. I hope I will go there soon. In next couple of weeks, I will be in Bangkok, and seeing other parts of Asian coast is a lot cheaper than you may think, and it's a lot of fun to see. Actually, there are really different perspectives of life in different places of Asia. Well, other than this, some other obstacles would be in the area that I live. I think in the whole China, I'm not sure about Shanghai, there is no currency exchange office. So that's another not fun obstacle. I mean, I'm talking on behalf of the city I'm living. In Ningbo, we don't have a currency exchange. I don't think in Shanghai as well. I haven't seen one. I don't know, I haven't been to Beijing yet, so might not be there as well. But other than Hong Kong or Macau, those are exceptions, because those places are out of mainland China. In the city of Ningbo, there is no, exchange office. You have to go to a bank, which is usually Bank of China, the most popular one that we know. And you have to wait at least 45 minutes to get that processed. If you are going to have an American dollar, if you are going to exchange money with Chinese yuan to American dollar, You have to wait a lot of time, you have to sign a lot of papers, and you may not feel so good about this. Otherwise, if you have a Chinese friend, if you have an Alipay, if you want to transfer money through them, those are way more easier. And I think one of the easiest way that I found would be to have an account in HSBC bank. Might be different, which I haven't tried, but I heard, because it's an international bank. Then probably you can send money abroad easily. So those are very well-known main obstacles that I just count. Which the other ones that I haven't been through or I haven't touched base upon, probably I will, give you more insight on the following videos that I will upload. Because of this particular video is more like a brief explanation, I'm just giving the ones that I just memorize, or I just know that obviously these are the ones that are more challenging for foreigners. I'm pescatarian, by the way, which is another subject for us as foreigners. I mean, if you are a vegan or vegetarian, this might be even more harder than you may think. Though Chinese food offers a lot of variations where you can still find a lot of vegetables, especially here in the Southeast Asia, Southeast China. I can eat seafood, but I won't eat meat. And if I go to a restaurant, I need to know how to express myself about not eating meat in Chinese, because again, there are a lot of people that are trying to understand what we are talking about. They even feel obliged to understand English. I don't know why. But you may very well use your dictionary that you will translate in Chinese to say that I don't want to have meat. I only memorized saying mayo raw in Chinese, which is not exactly that I don't want meat. It's like, it almost means like no meat. There's no meat in there, but they will understand what I wanted to say. But there's not so much of, there's no terms like vegetarian, pescatarian, vegan over here in China. They don't know that kind of things. I don't mean every Chinese people don't know it, but people living in their own cultural background or living in their own Chinese lifestyle may not anticipate what you're talking about. But if you politely express yourself that you don't want to eat meat, that may work out. They can even modify some of the food that they offer on their menu. The reason I name some of these obstacles as fun obstacles, because they made me perceive things a bit differently. I had to be more flexible. And I think one of the other reasons that I'm here right now to learn to be more open to life, simply put. Cost of living will not be so hard for you in China. I mean, comparing to Western countries, it will be very cheap. Although, make sure that because lifestyle or cost of living is going to be cheaper than you think, that may lead you to spend more money. If you think, oh, everything is cheap here, this is cheap, that's cheap, I can buy anything I want. Don't get into that kind of mindset, because then you may still lose money, because there's still things that you need to buy. Obviously, you will need to pay your rent. You will still need to manage your money no matter where you are. So that being said, cost of living is, because it's cheaper than you may think, it may not also be the most easiest. But I don't think there's too much to worry about that part. Even though you don't obtain your work permit yet, or you are fairly new in China, you'll find a way of living. This is briefly a foreigner's objective about living in China, with, opportunities and obstacles, cultural differences. And I hope to see you on the next video.